Hey guys, welcome back. It's Joseph. Quick and simple gospel. Yeshua, Jesus, came to this earth, lived a perfect 33 years, was crucified on a cross for our sins, buried in a tomb for 3 days, and rose from the grave on the third day. We are saved through faith in Christ alone and by no other name. Amen. So good afternoon, guys. Hope you're all doing well today. Got a good show for you today. Big story we're going to talk about. Martin Short caught COVID at SNL 50. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the 3 buses that exploded in Israel yesterday. And also, one thing that I missed in the plane crash that happened in Arizona a couple days ago, I'm going to share that with you too. So 3 different topics today. Should be a good show. And let me check in with the chat. Hey Gina, hey Sue, how you doing? Hey Leslie, much love. Hope you guys are doing well. Guys, do me a favor when you come in, please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. Helps out the algorithm, helps more people find the video. And also please hit the share button. That way we can get this out to more people. So if you have a Facebook or a Twitter, please share this out. Very much appreciated. Hey Sandra, hey Lowly Man for Christ, good to see you. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started. The numbers are off the charts on this one, as you're about to see. Alright, here we go. Alright guys, just give me a second to get all set up. Alright guys, so the big news. Martin Short caught COVID at SNL 50. This article from today, February 21st. Alright guys, here we go. We're going to break this down all by the numbers using gematria, which is simply letters as numerals. And once you learn the simple code of coding letters into numbers, you can see right through the scripted coded news every day. Alright guys, so the headline: Martin Short caught COVID at SNL 50. COVID, also called coronavirus, right? Check it out, folks. Martin Short is a perfect match to coronavirus in every cipher across the board. 4 out of 4 super match. How about that? That's what you call an impossible coincidence. Those are all different ciphers. Forwards, backwards, reduced. That's mathematically impossible, which means this is more scripted news by the numbers, and that's exactly why I do what I do, to show you guys that the news is scripted and coded every single day. What are the odds of that? You know, it's been a long time since I've done a decode on a celebrity testing positive for COVID, and the first story I do in a long time just happens to be Martin Short, whose name is a perfect match to coronavirus. How about that? Everybody should be hitting the like button on that one. We got 48 watching and 22 likes. We should have 48 likes right now, because that's mathematically impossible. Martin Short has coronavirus. Martin Short is a perfect match to coronavirus. All right. Now, let's move on. Steve Martin and Martin Short have been forced to cancel their next 2 comedy tour dates because Martin caught the vid. Steve announced Thursday evening his pal caught COVID-19 from the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special that aired Sunday, insinuating he got sick thanks to Maya Rudolph by sharing a photo of the pair kissing backstage at the event. Okay, so it was Steve Martin who made the announcement. And now Steve Martin and Martin Short, they got to cancel their next 2 comedy tour dates, okay? So I just want to point out here that Steve Martin has the 70, like Martin Short is 70, and coronavirus is 70, all in the same cipher. So not only does Martin Short equal coronavirus, but Steve Martin equals coronavirus. Now, Colin Jost's joke about COVID spreading at the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special on February 16th might have had a kernel of truth to it after Steve Martin's latest Instagram post. During the special Weekend Update segment on Sunday, Jost42 joked that packing so many comedy legends into a single studio might not have been the best idea. Health experts are facing increased pressure this winter in the face of outbreaks of COVID, the flu, RSV, and nanovirus, which they're calling a quademic, Jost joked. So we did the smart thing and packed every beloved entertainer over 60 into one tiny space. Can you believe that, folks? At SNL 50, where Martin Short caught coronavirus, remember Martin Short is a perfect match to coronavirus, you're telling me that Colin Kelly Jost made a joke about COVID spreading? Are you kidding me? Well, look at his name. Colin Kelly Jost equals 56. That was like the biggest number of the pandemic, remember? Martin Short, 56, coronavirus, 56. Here's another 56 I should have added to the list. Hold on. Here, let me pull up something else. Hold on. COVID vaccine equals 56. So does Anthony Fauci. So does toilet paper. Remember that? See how toilet paper has the 56? Let's just add that to the list. Remember the big joke? Coronavirus came and everyone was out of toilet paper? Let's see. Toilet paper, 56. Anthony Fauci, 56. Coronavirus, 56. And let's add COVID vaccine. And COVID vaccine, 56. So you think the 56 was kind of important? What do you think? Right? So anyways, COVID vaccine is also 56. And the guy who made the joke about COVID, his full name is Colin Kelly Jost, which equals 56. Like Martin Short, like coronavirus, like COVID vaccine, like Anthony Fauci. They're all 56 in that same cipher. Wow. Right, all-seeing eye, 56, mind control, 56, Society of Jesus, 56. Here, should we keep going? Mind control, 56. All-seeing eye, 56. Masonic ritual, 56. Don't forget Freemasons is 56 and the other reduction cipher. Society of Jesus, that's the Jesuits, equals 56. We could go all day with the 56s. So there you go. That 56, like I said, that was like the big number with coronavirus. So there you go, guys. The guy who made the joke at SNL 50, his name is Colin Kelly Jost. 56 like COVID vaccine, like Martin Short, like coronavirus. They're all 56. And check out his first name. How's that for the confirmation? Colin, his first name, the guy who made the joke about COVID was Colin. Look at that, folks. Colin is a perfect match to COVID in every cipher across the board. I mean, wow, we're off to a pretty good start here. I mean, this is only, 3 slides? Martin Short is a perfect match to coronavirus in every cipher across the board. 4 out of 4. It was announced by Steve Martin, which equals 70, like Martin Short 70, coronavirus 70. And during SNL 50, where Martin Short caught coronavirus, Colin Kelly Jost made a joke about everyone catching COVID. Wow. Unbelievable. Colin Kelly Jost 56, like COVID vaccine 56, Martin Short 56, coronavirus 56, and Colin is a perfect match to COVID. Wow. All right, moving on. So it was Steve who announced that Martin Short has COVID, right? So I thought it was interesting, right? Check it out. Steve is 28, like Steve Martin, right? So Steve equals 28, and then we got Martin Short. Short equals 28, and the guy who made the joke was Colin, which equals 28, like COVID equals 28, all in the same cipher. And look at this. Not only is Martin Short a perfect match to coronavirus, but his last name Short is a 2-cipher match to COVID. Short is 26 and 28, like COVID is 26 and 28. Now you have Steve Martin and Martin Short. They both have the Martin, right? What are the odds that Martin equals vaccine in 2 ciphers? Martin, 30 and 42, vaccine, 30 and 42. And the guy who made the joke, Jost, he's 42 years old. Like vaccine is 42. So Jost, he does the weekend update. It says, during the special weekend update segment on Sunday, Jost42 joked that packing so many comedy legends into a single studio might not have been the best idea because everyone's going to get COVID, right? So anyways, Jost does the weekend update. And then they're saying that Martin Short got COVID after kissing Maya Rudolph. Okay? So Maya Rudolph has the 53. Weekend update has the 53. COVID equals 53. And they're saying he got COVID on February 16th. That's when he kissed Maya Rudolph, which equals 53. Well, February 16th was 5 weeks and 3 days before the birthday of Martin Short. So we got 53s all over the place. And that's the big number with COVID. In simple English, where A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, COVID equals 53, like weekend update 53. He got it from Maya Rudolph, 53, and he got it 5 weeks and 3 days before his birthday. You could also say it was 38 days before his birthday, like pandemic equals 38. Now, check this out. I thought it was interesting that he got COVID at SNL 50, which was held on 2/16. February 16th is 2/16, right? Of course, 6 times 6 times 6 is 216, right? And SNL 50, when you write out the word 50, equals 666. Isn't that interesting? Like the word vaccination equals 666. Like COVID was declared a pandemic March 11th, 2020, exactly 666 days after the Clade X pandemic simulation. So I figured that was worth mentioning. That it was on 2/16, which is 6 times 6 times 6, and SNL 50 equals 666, like vaccination. Don't forget Obama, born on the 216th day of the year. Also Obama's birthday, the day leaving 149 days left in the year. Antichrist equals 149. Now, speaking of the Antichrist, check this out. You guys are going to like this part. It says the comedy legends were scheduled to take the stage at the Durham Performing Arts Center on Saturday, 2/22. Let me say that again. The comedy legends were scheduled to take the stage at the Durham Performing Arts Center on 2/22. Right? And also the next day in Knoxville. But I'm not worried about Knoxville. I want to talk about Durham. Because they had to cancel their show in Durham that was scheduled for 2/22. And look at the date that they rescheduled the show for in Durham. 10/18. Now, what are the two of the biggest numbers I talk about with coronavirus? Is it the 2/22 and the 10/18? It sure is. Now, why do I talk about the 10/18? That's because Event 201, the pandemic simulation, was held on 10/18, which connects us to Luke 10:18. I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Barak means lightning. Bama means the heights. So, Barack Obama literally means lightning from the heights, like Luke 10:18, right? I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven, heaven the heights. Now also, don't forget, that was Event 201, right? We just had Preparing for Disease X, which was held 201 weeks after COVID declared a pandemic and 201 days from Obama's birthday. And guess what? Steve Martin made this announcement yesterday on February 20th, right? Yesterday was 201 days from Barack Obama's birthday. Isn't that interesting? Right? But anyways, the show was planned for 2/22. They had to cancel the 2/22 show because of COVID. All right? Why does that matter? I'll get to that in a second. But they had to cancel the 2/22 show and they rescheduled it for 10/18. Are you kidding me? That's pretty crazy, right? Now, I was going to show you this part down here, but it was so fuzzy and blurry that I pulled it up on another tab. And thank God the tabs are working perfectly fine today. I had a little technical difficulty yesterday, but we're doing good now. So why does the 2/22 part matter? Remember, they had to cancel the show for 2/22 and reschedule it for 10/18. Well, the 2/22 is another huge number connected to coronavirus and Obama and Donald Trump. So long story short, we had the first U.S. case of COVID January 21st. That was 222 days after Trump's birthday, the father of the vaccine. And he just rolled out the Stargate project on the anniversary of the first U.S. case, 222 days after his birthday. That was about the AI cancer vaccines, right? Anyways, the 2/22, pretty important, right? If you don't believe me, COVID was declared a pandemic March 11th, 2020, exactly 222 months and 0 days after 9/11. In gematria, Wuhan coronavirus equals 2/22. That's pretty important. Wuhan coronavirus 2/22, World Economic Forum 2/22, Antichrist system 2/22, Event 201 2/22. That's the simulation that was held on 10/18, guys. Event 201 equals 2/22 held on 10/18. Look, there's your 2/22 and your 10/18. See what I mean? They had to cancel the show on 2/22. They rescheduled it for 10/18. Look at that. Event 201 equals 2/22. It was held on 10/18. Hopefully you get what I'm saying. Mandatory vaccination 2/22. COVID vaccines 2/22. Vaccine cards 2/22. As above, so below 2/22. Order out of chaos 2/22. Don't forget the word beast is also 2/22. The beast of Revelation 222. The Antichrist Barack Obama, 222. And Obama tested positive for COVID 222 days after his birthday. Wow, what are the odds? And Trump just won the election 222 days before his birthday. Trump equals 222. Trump Organization equals 222. Trump made the famous calm before the storm statement 222 days from the Cladex simulation. Trump's sister died 222 days from her birthday. Ivana equals 222. Ivana died 222 days from her birthday. So yeah, it's a big deal, that 222. But yep, isn't that wild? That they canceled the show on 222, rescheduled it for 10/18. So the show that we're talking about that was connected to the 222 and the 10/18, that was the show in Durham. Notice Durham equals 65, like pandemic equals 65. And back to Steve Martin, who made the announcement. Steve Martin equals 151, like pandemic is 151. And this announcement was made on 2/20. Coronavirus pandemic equals 2/20. How about that? And here's your key point, guys. Martin Short has coronavirus. Look at that. Martin Short, perfect match to coronavirus. Every cipher across the board. And we'll get to that later. If anybody wants to help out, here's how you can do so. But I'll come back to this later because I got more to talk about. All right, guys. I'll do a recap on this before we wrap it up if you came in late. But yep, this is connected to Martin Short, Steve Martin, and Colin Kelly Jost, and Maya Rudolph. Connected all of them. Okay, let me go back to the start here. And guys, when you come in, please hit that like button. Very much appreciated. If nothing I said today deserves a like, this right here certainly does, if nothing else. This by itself is the whole decode. I could have just ended it right here, and it would have been a good decode. Martin Short, perfect match to coronavirus. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay. All right, another story. 3 buses explode in suspected terror attack near Tel Aviv. This article from February 20th. Actually, you know what? I want to end with this one. Let me hop over somewhere real quick. Yeah, over here. You know that plane collision that happened in Arizona? I'm going to go through this super quick. There's only a couple slides. One thing I missed, and a shout out to Derek from Gematronator85. He found something I should have mentioned yesterday. I just want to share it with you. So my live stream yesterday was about the plane collision in Arizona, and I pointed out that plane collision has that 222, like order out of chaos, 222. All the plane crashes have been connected to that number 222. Right before the plane collision, we just had the Delta Airlines upside down, Delta Airlines 222. And I'm not going to go through the whole list today. If you want the whole list, you'll have to watch the live stream from yesterday. But anyways, you guys can go back and see all the plane crashes were connected to 222. Now, here's what I missed. And again, shout out to Derek from Gematronator85. He shared this, and I was kicking myself immediately. I said, man, I missed one of the key points, dang it. But better late than never, right? So what Derek shared, this plane crash that happened in Marana, Arizona, it happened on 2/19, guys. February 19th, 2/19. Look at the gematria of Marana, Arizona. It equals 2/19. So definitely a good find there by Derek, and that's what I wanted to share. Also, Marana 4821, like plane, is 4821. And then we had the Jesuit connection. The address of the airport was West Avra Valley Road. Perfect match to Society of Jesus and 3 out of the 4. That's the Jesuits. Marana equals 21 and 42, like Jesuit is 21 and 42. It happened in Arizona, which equals 84 and 42, like Jesuit is 84 and 42. Arizona also has the 105, like the Pope's full name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio 105. And this happened 43 weeks before the Pope's birthday, which is perfect because it was a plane crash at an airport. They both equal 43 in the same cipher. And remember the first plane crash we had on the first day of the snake year with the plane and the helicopter that crashed into the Potomac? That plane crash was 43 days after the Pope's birthday. And remember, 43 years ago, another DC plane crashed into the Potomac. That one was going to Florida. Florida equals 43. And the plane that crashed recently in DC, the one that hit the helicopter, that one was coming from Kansas. Remember, Kansas equals 43, like the snake 43 happened on the first day of the snake year. So anyways, and there was another Jesuit connection, but I couldn't fit it in there. So here you go. Marana, Arizona is also 84, like the Jesuit order, 84. And I think that was it. Yep. So that's it on the new information right there. Marana, Arizona, 219 happened on 219. And thank you again, Derek. Okay, now for the 3 buses. Hold on, let me take a sip of water. Three buses explode in suspected terror attack near Tel Aviv from February 20th. All right, guys, we got this news on the 51st day of the year. Look at this. 3 buses explode equals 51. Terror attack, 51. State of Israel, 51. All in the same cipher on the 51st day of the year. What are the odds of that? 3 buses explode, terror attack, State of Israel. They're all 51. And we had 3 buses explode in a terror attack in the State of Israel on the 51st day of the year. All right? So the Prime Minister of Israel is Benjamin Netanyahu. His birthday is October 21st. So this happened 244 days before Netanyahu's birthday. In gematria, 3 buses equals 244. Buses equals 244. How about that? Couldn't script it any better. Benjamin Netanyahu's birthday, October 21st. So this happened 122 days after Benjamin Netanyahu's birthday. Look at the headline. Explosions on 3 buses in Israel. All right? Look. 3 buses is 122. Explosions is 122. I mean, how could anyone in the world argue with the last 2 slides? I mean, all 3, actually. Look at how we're starting off this decode. The 51st day of the year, 3 buses explode, 51, terror attack, 51, State of Israel, 51. Then look at the connection to Benjamin Netanyahu. It's 244 days before his birthday. 3 buses, 244, buses, 244. And it's 122 days after his birthday. That's 3 buses, 122, explosions, 122. That's crazy. All right? The word satanic is also 122. And we're about to connect this to Pope Francis in a big way. Notice Pope Francis equals 122. Now, for the connection to Pope Francis. 3 buses is 122 and 58, like Pope Francis is 122 and 58. I feel like I just accidentally said 322. Maybe I didn't. It don't matter. But, yeah, if I misspoke, I meant to say 122. 3 buses is 122 and 58, like Pope Francis is 122 and 58. So, we get the story of the buses, and by the way, there were 3 empty buses. That's a big part of the story. Allegedly, nobody was injured, last I heard. But anyways, this happened 66 days after the Pope's birthday. That's perfect because buses equals 66 and 3 empty buses equals 66, like number of the beast. And look at this. For the confirmation, 3 empty buses equals 201, like the full name of the Jesuit Pope Jorge Mario Bergoglio equals 201, and the Pope, whose real name is Jorge Mario Bergoglio, which equals 201, did you know he lives in suite number 201 at the Domus Sancte Marte, which equals 201? All right, Drew, thank you. I guess I did not say 322. It happens when you make a mistake, but I'm glad I didn't. Because, 322 is a common number, so just for some reason it was on my brain after I said it. But thank you, Drew, for letting me know. So 3 empty buses has that 201, like the full name of the Pope, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 201, and the Pope lives in suite number 201 at the Domus Sancte Marte, which equals 201. Did you know the Georgia Guidestones went down 201 days from the Pope's birthday? And the Guidestones are built under the alias R.C. Christian, which is a perfect match to Pope Francis in 3 out of the 4. Ignatius of Loyola equals 201. That's the founder of the Jesuit order. The Jesuit order equals 201, like Catholic Pope 201, that old serpent 201, another name for the devil. And this happened in the state of Israel, which equals 201. How about that? And fun fact, this was also 201 days after Obama's birthday. I figured I would throw that in there since, there's always big connections with Obama and Israel. Remember when Israel was allegedly attacked by Hamas 64 days after Obama's birthday, when Israel equals 64, Barack Hussein Obama 64, the Antichrist 64, and then for the confirmation, Israel declared war 666 days before Obama's 64th birthday. But anyways, 3 empty buses, 201, like the Son of Perdition, Barack Hussein Obama 201, Event 201 held on 10/18, which connects to Obama. Preparing for Disease X held 201 weeks after COVID declared a pandemic and 201 days from Obama's birthday. But anyways, the big connection here is to the Pope. 3 empty buses, 201, like the full name of the Pope, 201, like State of Israel, 201, like the Jesuit order, like the Pope lives in suite 201, the whole thing. All right? I think you got it. 3 empty buses, 201. 3 empty buses explode equals 312 and 105, like the full name of the Pope. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 312 and 105. Now, when you write out 3 as a word, it equals 56 and 79, like Society of Jesus, 5679. That's the Jesuits. Pope Francis the Jesuit. Excuse me. Israel bus explosions rock Tel Aviv. Bus has that 42 and 21, like Jesuit is 42 and 21. And terror attack is 84, like State of Israel 84, the Jesuit order 84. And buses explode has that 177, like Benjamin Netanyahu 177, that old serpent 177, New World Order 177, and the Jesuit order 177. But that's a lot to be a coincidence, don't you think? 51st day of the year, 3 buses explode, terror attack, State of Israel, they're all 51. 244 days after Benjamin Netanyahu's birthday, 3 buses, 244, buses, 244. 122 days after Netanyahu's birthday, like 3 buses, like explosions, like Pope Francis. Then you got all the connections to Pope Francis. 66 days after the Pope's birthday, like buses, like 3 empty buses. 3 empty buses equals 201. Hello. 3 empty buses explode equals the full name of the Pope in multiple ciphers. The 3, the bus, all that stuff, and the 177, that big Jesuit number, right? The Jesuit Order 177, like buses explode, 177. All right. I think I'm getting a message. Hold on. Anywhere else? Yep, right here. All right, let me see. I think that about does it. I'm going to do a quick recap on Martin Short. Let me see. Let me make sure. Let me scroll down a little bit. Let's hit the refresh. See if there's anything I missed talking about. If not, we'll do the recap on Martin Short, and then we'll wrap it up. Yeah, El Paculi, I used to like that movie when I was younger, Three Amigos, before I woke up to the world. But yeah, that was a good movie growing up. And there's the 3 buses. There's the airplane. There's the airplane. There's the live from yesterday. All right, we covered all this yesterday. All right, I think we're ready to go back to Martin Short. All right, quick recap if you're coming in late. Here, let's start here. Here we go. Martin Short caught COVID at SNL 50. This article from today, February 21st. Hey, Gene Splice, much love. So, like I said earlier, it's been a long time since I've done a story on a celebrity testing positive for COVID. And what are the odds? The first story that I do in a long time on a celebrity testing positive for COVID, it just happens to be Martin Short, whose name is a perfect match to coronavirus in every cipher across the board. Martin Short, 155, 56, 142, 70, coronavirus, 155, 56, 142, and 70. That alone deserves a like and a share. So the guy who announced it, his buddy, Steve Martin, he's got the 70, like Martin Short 70 and coronavirus 70. And they've had to cancel some upcoming tour dates, and we'll get to that in a little bit. And during SNL 50, where Martin Short got the coronavirus, Colin Jost made a joke about COVID spreading at Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary special on 2/16. And here, I'll just read all this word for word for you, okay? Colin Jost joke about COVID spreading at the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special on 2/16 might have had a kernel of truth to it after Steve Martin's latest Instagram post. During the special Weekend Update segment on Sunday, Jost 42 joked that packing so many comedy legends into a single studio might not have been the best idea. Health experts are facing increased pressure this winter in the face of outbreaks of COVID, the flu, RSV, and nanovirus, which they're calling a quademic, Jost joked. So we did the smart thing and packed every beloved entertainer over 60 into one tiny space. Okay, so the guy who made the joke, can you believe that? Like, you don't even need the numbers, but, obviously the numbers are great. Martin Short, perfect match at coronavirus. But what are the odds that a guy would make a joke about people getting COVID, and then days later we'd get the news, that somebody got COVID at SNL 50? I mean, come on. Anyways, his name is Colin Kelly Jost. He's got the big 56. All right? Colin Kelly Jost, 56. Martin Short, 56. Coronavirus, 56. COVID vaccine, 56. Society of Jesus, 56. Masonic Ritual, 56. Don't forget Freemasons is 56 and the other reduction cipher. All-Seeing Eye, Mind Control, COVID vaccine, coronavirus, Anthony Fauci, toilet paper. They all equal 56. And I added toilet paper because if you remember, at the beginning of coronavirus, everybody was out of toilet paper. It was like a little inside joke. But anyways, he's got the 56, and His name is Colin. Colin is a perfect match to COVID in every cipher across the board. Pretty crazy, right? And then it was Steve Martin, who made the announcement about Martin Short, right? Anyway, Steve has the 28, like Steve Martin, and then Short, like Martin Short, has the 28. Colin, like Colin Jost, Colin has the 28. Like COVID is 28, all in the same cipher. And then it's Martin Short, who has COVID. Short equals 26 and 28, like COVID is 26 and 28. And then you have Martin Short and Steve Martin. They both have the Martin, which equals 30 and 42, like vaccine is 30 and 42. And Jost is 42 years old, who made the joke. And they're saying Colin is from Weekend Update, which has 53, like Maya Rudolph 53. They're saying Martin Short got COVID from Maya Rudolph from kissing her here. And COVID has the 53. Remember, Colin was also 53. And the SNL 50, where he allegedly got COVID, that was on 2/16. That was 5 weeks and 3 days before Martin Short's birthday. So we got the 53s everywhere. And then it was also 38 days before his birthday, like pandemic is 38. And it was on 2/16, which is 6 times 6 times 6 is 2/16, like Obama born on the 216th day of the year. And vaccination equals 666, right? 6 times 6 times 6, 216. And it was SNL 50. When you write out 50 as a word, SNL 50 equals 666, like vaccination. Like it was on 2/16, 6 times 6 times 6. And remember, COVID was declared a pandemic March 11th, 2020, exactly 666 days after the Clade X pandemic simulation. Now, this is the very interesting part. Steve Martin and Martin Short, they have some upcoming shows that they had to cancel. And I want to focus on the show in Durham, because they had to cancel the show in Durham that they had planned for 2/22. Huge number with COVID, right? And they had to reschedule that show for 10/18. Well, 10/18 is when Event 201 was held, on 10/18, right? Which connects to Obama and the Luke 10:18. I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Barak means lightning. Bama means the heights. That's Luke 10:18. Event 201 held on 10/18, right? And we got this news on February 20th, which was 201 days from Obama's birthday, by the way. That old serpent 201, the son of perdition, Barack Hussein Obama 201, preparing for disease X, held 201 days from Obama's birthday and 201 weeks from when COVID was declared a pandemic. But anyways, you got the 2/22 and the 10/18. The 10/18 is obvious. That's the anniversary of Event 201, the pandemic simulation. And the 2/22, I have a list of 2/22s right here for you. We had the first U.S. case of COVID 222 days after Trump's birthday. Declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11. Wuhan coronavirus equals 2/22. Like World Economic Forum, Antichrist system. Event 201 equals 2/22, guys, look. And it was held on 10/18, right? See here? Event 201, 2/22. Mandatory vaccination, COVID vaccines, vaccine cards, order out of chaos are all 2/22. We had Obama test positive 222 days after his birthday. The Antichrist, Barack Obama, 2/22. The Beast of Revelation, 2/22. The word beast is 2/22. And Trump just won the election 222 days before his birthday. When Trump equals 2/22, Trump Organization 2/22. And Trump's sister died 222 days from her birthday. And Ivana Trump died 222 days from her birthday. Anyways, the 2/22, huge number with coronavirus, right? Wuhan coronavirus equals 2/22, declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11. And the pandemic simulation, one of them, was Event 201, held on 10/18. So it's just mind-blowing to me that, the subject matter is coronavirus. Martin Short has coronavirus. His name is a perfect match to coronavirus. And the fact that they had to cancel a show on 222 and reschedule it for 1018. I mean, come on. I don't think that's a coincidence on top of everything else. And the show that was going to be on 222 that got rescheduled for 1018, that was the one in Durham. Durham has the 65 like Pandemic 65. And Steve Martin, who made the announcement, he's got the 151 like Pandemic is 151. And this was announced on 220, like Coronavirus Pandemic is 220. But the key point, Martin Short is a perfect match to Coronavirus. And every cipher across the board, 4 out of 4. Alright guys, if anybody wants to support the channel, here's how you can do so. Any support, very much appreciated. This is my full-time job. I am not monetized by YouTube, which means I don't make 1 penny from them. So thank you guys for keeping me going these 5 years. Very much appreciated. And if you want to help out, I have PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, Venmo. You can also mail something. And when I get done with this video, I'll have the links for you in the description and the comments if you want to help. And thank you very much to everyone who does support. You guys are amazing. But yeah, how about that? Martin Short, perfect match to Coronavirus. I mean, what are the odds? Steve Martin equals Coronavirus also. And then the guy, Colin, literally made a joke at SNL 50 about people getting COVID. And you're telling me the guy who makes the joke, he's got the 56, like coronavirus, like COVID vaccine, like Martin Short, and his first name, Colin, is a perfect match to COVID? I mean, you couldn't script it any better, literally. Every single detail, down to the first name, is scripted. So, anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this one. I certainly enjoyed sharing it because, yeah, every now and then I do a decode and it gets me a little excited just because it's so undeniable. This one got me excited. I saw that. That was the first thing I typed in the calculator. I said, let's see what Martin Short equals. I said, oh my goodness, I guess I'm going live. Martin Short is a perfect match to Coronavirus. Wow. All credit to God. All right, let's turn it around. All right, guys. Hey, Gene. Hey, Claudia. Hey, Katie. Hey, J-Lo. Hey, El Paculi. Hey, W. Hey, Child of the Most High. Hey, Scott. Hey, Mister. Hey, Fender. Good to see you. Hey, Brenda. Anybody have anything I missed? Let me know. And then if you came in late, we also covered the 3 buses that exploded in Israel, and I also covered something that I missed with the Arizona plane crash. But yep, that decode had everything in it, man. Martin Short, perfect match to Coronavirus. Steve Martin equals Coronavirus. Colin Kelly Jost equals Coronavirus. Short equals COVID. Martin equals vaccine. We got the Maya Rudolph connection with the 53, like COVID 53. Weekend Update 53. You got the 666 connection with SNL 50 equals 666. It was on 216, which is 6 times 6 times 6. You got the 222 and the 1018 connection in this story. Steve Martin equals Pandemic. I mean, it's all in there. Yep. So, hopefully I didn't miss anything. You never know. It's always possible. I'll have to put out a part 2 later. Hopefully not. I like to get it all in one video, as you know. Hey, Hatchie. Good to see you. Yeah, if you came in late today, you definitely want to go back. Oh, it was you, Dean? All right, yeah, big shout out to Dean. I forgot who. I think I saw it on Twitter, right, Dean? Dean in the chat, Dean11. He's the one that made the connection. And remember, I said I saw that on Twitter, but I forgot who said it. So let me give him his shout out now. He's the one that found the Super Bowl, guys, was 2,222 weeks and 2 days after a major plane crash in New Orleans. And as you guys know, we connected the plane crashes to the Super Bowl and the 222. Remember, if you add up the 5 Super Bowls the Eagles have been in, the number is 222. If you add up the 4 scores of the 4 playoff games that the Eagles had this year, it equals 222. That Super Bowl was Andy Reid's 222nd game with the Chiefs against his former team. And then remember, Andy Reid picked up win number 222 in his first Super Bowl victory on February 2nd, 2020. February 2nd equals 222. And that was the first Super Bowl during the time of COVID and after Kobe died, which both of those connected to the 222. Then remember, the plane crash in Philadelphia was 222 days from the mayor's birthday, 222 days from the Mexican president's birthday, and everyone on that plane was from Mexico, including the little girl at Shriners Hospital, which equaled 222. But anyways, thank you to Dean. That was a huge find there. So now we know. It was Dean. Thanks, man. Hey, there's Cody. You made it. Are you going live today, Cody? Sounds like it. But yeah, Cody, I was going over the 3 buses that exploded in Israel. We covered that. Found one thing, or I didn't find it. Derek found it on the plane crash that happened in Marana, Arizona, which equals 219. It happened on 219. We covered that. And the big story, Martin Short has coronavirus. Martin Short is a perfect match to coronavirus. 4 out of 4. So that's pretty much it, Cody. All right, Cody says he's going to have a show in about an hour. All right, we'll be in there. But yeah, thank you again, Dean. The Super Bowl in New Orleans was 2,222 weeks and 2 days after a major plane crash in New Orleans. Crazy stuff. Yeah, Shriners are connected to Freemasonry, yep. All right, cool. Cody's going to be talking about the number 153. Big number. Yeah, 153. Don't forget, the pet goat equals 153. It was on page 153 of Reading Mastery 2. That was the story they read in the classroom on 9/11. The pet goat equals 153. It was on page 153. And then they made iPet Goat 2, right? It was Heliofont who made iPet Goat 2. Heliofont equals 153. And they took down iPet Goat 2. They put it back up 153 days later. The Illuminati, 153. Jesuit Order, 153. Barry Soetoro, 153. Antichrist Obama, 153. Elberton, Georgia, 153. That's where the Georgia Guidestones were, which were all connected to Obama. They went down on 7/6. Barack Obama equals 76. Obama's book, A Promised Land, equals 76. You got the 76s all over Obama's movie, Leave the World Behind. The Guidestones are built under the alias R.C. Christian, which equals 76. Skull and Bones equals 76. The Guidestones opened on 3/22/1980. 3/22, the number of Skull and Bones. Member of Skull and Bones, George W. Bush, turned 76 years old the day the Guidestones went down. And then don't forget, the Guidestones were in Elberton, Georgia. Elberton equals 44. Georgia equals 44. Obama number 44. By the way, the devil went down to Georgia. Charlie Daniels, he died on 7/6. Like the Guidestones went down on 7/6. Like Barack Obama equals 76. and the 231 connection. The guide stones were 231 inches tall. They opened 231 days from Obama's birthday. The first rule of the guide stones equals 231. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature equals 231. And they had a pandemic simulation called catastrophic contagion, which equals 231. And that was held 231 weeks after the Clade X pandemic simulation. And then we had the monkeypox outbreak declared 231 weeks after COVID was declared a pandemic, and monkeypox outbreak equals 231. I think that's all correct. But anyways, some fun facts for you. But yeah, we'll be looking out for Cody's video on the 153. But yeah, I think that's it for me for today. We covered Martin Short. We covered the 3 buses that exploded and the one thing I missed on the plane crash. So I think we got it all in there. You don't say, Cody. Martin Short's a perfect match to coronavirus. What? Nah, I'm just kidding, Cody. That was the whole point of the whole decode. Yep. Here, let me show you. There you go. Yeah, that was the first slide. Martin Short, perfect match to coronavirus. Here. The other big part, Cody. Here, just for Cody. There was a guy that made a joke at SNL 50 that everyone was going to get COVID. The guy who made the joke, Colin Kelly Jost, he's got the 56, like coronavirus, like COVID vaccine. His name's Colin, which is a perfect match to COVID. Right? Are you guys coming in late? Hold on a minute. I got people in the chat saying, wow, when I said Martin Short was a perfect match to coronavirus, but that's what I've been saying for the last hour. Here, I'll very quickly, just for the people who just came in and are saying, wow, let me just go over a few slides just for you guys and Cody real quick. All right, real quick. So Martin Short is a perfect match to coronavirus. Here, let me get a little closer. Martin Short is a perfect match to coronavirus, right? We're all clear on that. That's pretty wild, right? All right, so that's the key point of the whole decode. Martin Short equals coronavirus. And then it was Steve Martin who made the announcement. Steve Martin's got the 70 like Martin Short, 70 like coronavirus 70. And then Colin Kelly Jost made a joke at SNL 50 that people were going to get COVID. And he's got the 56 like Martin Short, like COVID vaccine, like coronavirus. And then Colin is a perfect match to COVID. Colin is a perfect match to COVID. He's the guy who made the joke. So that's pretty crazy, right? And then he's Martin Short, right? Look, Short equals COVID in 2 ciphers. So Martin Short, perfect match to coronavirus. Short is a 2-cipher match to COVID. You got Steve Martin and Martin Short. They both got the Martin, which equals vaccine. It was on 216, which is 6 times 6 times 6, like vaccination, right? Look, SNL 50 equals 666. Yeah, short COVID. There you go. Remember they were calling it that? Or were they calling it long COVID? Yeah, I think they were calling it long COVID, right? But I get the joke. That's funny. They've never called it short COVID, but that's the joke you're making, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just called it long COVID as opposed to, short COVID. Yeah, remember? But yeah, that could be part of the joke. Short COVID as opposed to long COVID. Wow. I didn't even think about that. But anyways, Cody, here's the other big part. Steve Martin and Martin Short, they had to cancel one of their upcoming dates for a performance, right? And it was on 2/22 that they had to cancel. Look, they had a show coming up on 2/22. They had to cancel it. Look when they rescheduled it for 10/18. Look at that, Cody. So you got the 2/22 and the 10/18. Isn't that wild? And then we went through all the 2/22s and the 10/18 connection. And the show that they had to cancel on 2/22 and reschedule for 10/18, the one in Durham, Durham equals pandemic, Steve Martin equals pandemic, and it was announced on 2/20, like coronavirus pandemic is 2/20. So you put all that together, pretty undeniable. Martin Short equals coronavirus, and then you got the big connection with Colin Kelly Jost, and that's the other big part. And then Short equals COVID. Here's your top slides if you want to share this one with Grandma. Here's number 1. Martin Short equals coronavirus. That's number 1. Here's number 2, the Colin Kelly Jost connection. Here's number 3, Short equals COVID in 2 ciphers. Martin equaling vaccine, that's a pretty good one too. And then probably this part with the 2/22 and the 10/18 connection. Wuhan coronavirus equals 2/22, declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11, first U.S. case 222 days from Trump's birthday. Event 201 equals 2/22, and it was held on 10/18. So those are your key points. Glad we could get it in there for Cody just in time. Oh, and by the way, here's my cover photo. This is during the time of COVID, all these pictures. This is the Maya Rudolph lady that kissed Martin Short. See her with the mask. Here's Steve Martin, who was worried that people wouldn't recognize him in his mask. So he made a sign that said, "Hey, I'm Steve Martin." And here's Colin Jost over here. So all part of the club. They all went along with everything. You guys know, the whole deal. But yep, more news by the numbers. Martin Short, coronavirus, perfect match. And also, Cody, fun fact, it was announced 201 days from Obama's birthday, which is interesting because you got the 2/22 and the 10/18 connection, which are huge numbers with Obama, obviously. The Antichrist, Barack Obama, 2/22, the guy who tested positive for COVID, 222 days from his birthday, and the 10/18, like Luke 10/18, like Event 201 held on 10/18. And the 201, right? Preparing for Disease X held 201 days from Obama's birthday and 201 weeks from when COVID was declared a pandemic. Cody says he's definitely sharing this with Grandma. Sounds good. Tell Grandma I said, hey Travis, good to see you. Cody saying short COVID is going to be the new cover, which takes you out faster. But yeah, that's funny. You got short with COVID, and they were calling it long COVID. Short and long. All right, anybody have anything else to add? Yeah, Cody, what do you think about that 2/22 10/18 connection? Like I said earlier, what are two of the biggest numbers I talk about in connection to COVID? Is it not 2/22 and the 10/18? So what are the odds that they would cancel the show for 2/22 and reschedule it for 10/18 when Martin Short is a perfect match to coronavirus? pretty hard to argue with this one, right? All right, guys, let me wrap this up. Keep it nice and short. But thank you guys for hanging out today. Thank you for being part of the channel. And it sounds like Cody's going to be live in about 45 minutes, so we'll be on the lookout for Cody's live. But yeah, I think it was a good show. Martin Short, the 3 buses, the new edition with the plane crash, all pretty undeniable stuff. Alright guys, well thank you for being here today. Thank you for being part of the channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And please do me a favor on the way out. Please hit the like and the share. Very much appreciated. And please do me a favor. Please leave a comment on this video after the fact. It helps out the algorithm. So as soon as I get done, just leave a comment, say good video, whatever you want to say. It seems whenever there's more comments, the video gets more views. So if y'all could do that, I would really appreciate it. But anyways, we'll leave it there for this one. Do me a favor on the way out. Please hit the like and the share. Very much appreciated. And as always, keep looking up. We are living in the biblical end of days. Jesus is coming very soon. I can't wait. And sorry, I was just reading a comment. Last second, mentioned the 222. Wasn't sure if I missed something. But anyways, guys, keep looking up. We are living in the biblical end of days. Jesus is coming very soon. I can't wait. And I'll see you guys on the next video. God bless.